I'm Kevin from Inequality, and we're here at IBC Show 2019. I'm at the Wheatstone stand, and I'm joined by Michael Farrell. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Kevin. Nice to meet you.
And you've built something quite extraordinary because it connects between two different worlds, the world of Wheatstone connectivity and the world of SIP connectivity.
Yep, that was something that was sorely needed. We were actually asked that by our customers. Could you provide something that didn't have to have lots of boxes in order to make it happen? So what we did is we started out with the connection to the internet, and we started out with the connection to the Wheatstone WNIP. And because the WheatNet is so advanced, it made our job very easy. So that meant that we could begin with a clean slate, produce something that was totally new, and then after that build it to whatever size we wanted to do that. So we began that over 2 years ago, and now it's got to the stage where it's each stream can carry either a 512k stereo channel, or because being SIP, it can then, in the next call, it can be a G.711 to a mobile phone or standard phone. So it's extremely flexible, extremely easy to use, and because of the WNIP, as soon as you make the call, it's available everywhere in the network.
And then it can be routed wherever you like, to whatever fader on whatever studio, as the production facility requires.
Sure, all they have to do is dial up whichever line it's on, and they've got it. So that if you've got an interview that's going on, it can be live on air, and also the newsroom can be listening to it at the same time, so that they can make their recording for the news point of view. Makes the thing very, very flexible.
So with this device, which has 24 channels, that's right, 24 full duplex channels.
Yeah, well, if you can relate that to the size of a rack, where you had one line coming in, or maybe two lines coming in, then that's a stack of 12 1U high units that's all in the one unit now. What it is that we've made, you know, to me, I'm a software programmer, so to me a codec is not a box. A codec is an algorithm, and the codec itself is just something that you implement. And then we got a computer that was powerful enough to run 24 of them, and then the 24 channels, you just connect one cable, and the inlines, the outlines appear in the matrix. You can route that wherever you like throughout the building.
Now this device is Opus enabled, which is the codec that we are promoting now as being the favored codec for interoperability. And we've seen iHeartMedia in the USA, for instance, really take that and run with it on their stations across the country now. They're using these devices to connect between their stations and from remote using SIP and the Opus codec. This makes the whole world, in theory, far more interoperable, right?
Absolutely. The concept we had when we did this was that if you dropped one down with 24 different channels on it, then you didn't need to go through routing centers, or routing centers as they call them, anymore. It just meant that if you were in a small market and you needed to get through to another small market, then you could just dial it up, and then you had the same quality as if you'd done it someplace else. So the flexibility and power that's given them is phenomenal. And then the other uses that we found for it, as I said, it now carries serials, so it's being used as a backup for satellite transmissions, which is a terrific way to do that, because it can in every way substitute very well for the signal that you get over a satellite. Then after that we have another use case for it, which having taken the codecs, you know, I said they'd replace a whole stack of them. Well, they had them, so they pushed them out to the transmitter sites, and that meant that they can use this as a backup STL as well. And because we put into it an automatic nail-up connection, where it will auto-dial everything that's, you know, every nailed-up connection, it means that there is resilience put into it, and the scriptability then of the WheatNet part of it allows it to intelligently do that.
So once you install this, you can actually free up some existing hardware to use in other scenarios, or rather at the remote end, and then just use this to receive everything. Yeah,
that's it. Like, I mean, if you get yourself a dozen free codecs, you know, how good is that? And you're not going to junk them because they're perfectly functioning, and because, as you said, SIP makes that completely interoperable, and the Opus codec is so really good, it means that you have broadcast quality now as your backup as well.
So we can register, and let's just be clear, this device just over your right hand shoulder is a 1U rack mount device. It's got a couple of Ethernet ports on the back, one to go to your Wheatstone network, and one to go to your WAN, or your outside world, to the internet. That's it, and power, there's nothing else.
That's it. That's all you need to fit it in. You just set up your IP addresses, your WheatNet addresses, connect them up, and it works. It was made to be an appliance, and that's what it does.
So it could be registered with 24 different sip.audio accounts, and to those counts, you could be receiving Comrex's, Tieline's, LuciLive, with sip.audio, phone lines, ISDN lines, all of these different things can be coming in and out, and let's not forget ipDTL connections, all in and out of that one U box.
That's absolutely right, and one of the things that really freaks people out is that you can put your internal phone extensions on 2 or 3 of those accounts, so that means you can transfer from your newsroom, we'll say, on an internal phone right into the broadcast thing without having to go through a hybrid. So the procedure for doing this has been simplified in a huge way. So yeah, your point is well made.
This is really exciting. Michael, it's so good to meet you.
And you too, sir.
Finally, if you want to find out more about SIP and Opus and sip.audio, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.